Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your first video of the geometry folder. This is geometry folder number 1. This is video number 1. Your objective for this video is, as a student, you should be able to calculate the area of a rectangle and a square. Now, this should be a complete review for you. However, we're going to be doing two things. We're going to, 1, practice using our calculators, and 2, we're also going to make sure that we can use our formula reference sheet that comes with the I-STEP. So we need to make sure that we can do both of those. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right, you need graphic organizer number 3, and we're going to be working on side number 1. This calculator is what you need. Do not use the other calculators in the classroom. This is the one that you need. I do need you to make sure that you have one. Alright, that being said, we're going to start with example number 1. Before we get started with the example, I'm going to give you the formula. There is a box that talks about what the formula is. So if you look at your reference sheet, or if you just look at this video, the formula for a rectangle, the area of a rectangle, is simply area equals length times width. And you're going to make sure that you put that down for every example. Now, you can go ahead and write that in the example to make sure you get all your points. Next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and put in our numbers for our variables. Okay, so we got area equals, and we need to find the length. And this time we're going to say the length is the long one, which is 6. And we're going to multiply that by 3. So length times width. All right, we're going to go ahead and do that. We can use our calculators if we need to. Area equals 18. Now, we do need a label. And every time we're talking about area, our label is always squared. Okay, we need to make sure we know that. So this one is going to be squared, and we need to look at our label, which is feet. So it's 18 feet squared. Yeah, and that is actually our answer to the first example. All right, moving on, number 2. Okay, this one gets a little bit more difficult. We have, once again, our formula, which is area equals length times width. We're going to go ahead and put in our numbers. Area equals 6.7 inches times 4.2 inches. And if we go ahead and do that, we're going to go ahead and multiply those together. And look, you have a calculator, so this time when you multiply those, you don't have to do all of the work. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and put those into your calculator, and you can do that with me if you have it with you. Go ahead and put 6 times 7, and we're going to multiply that by 4.2, and you should get an answer of 28 and 14 hundredths inches. And remember, it is squared. So ladies and gentlemen, that is number 2. Example number 3. Okay, this one happens to be a fraction. Okay, when we have a fraction, that one's going to look a little bit different. This one happens to have fractions, but it's all the same thing. Remember, we're going to go ahead and write in our formula, which is area equals length times width. We're going to go ahead and put in our numbers, and this one happens to be a square, so the numbers are the same. We got 2 and 1/4 times 2 and 1/4, and you can put this one in your calculators as well, or you can go ahead and do this the old-fashioned way. We'll show you one that way. You're going to go change them in proper fractions. That'd be 9 over 4 times 9 over 4, and we can't pre-simplify anything, so that'd be 81 over 16. Okay, and 81 over 16, well, that's going to be, let's see, 5. And 5 times 16 would be 80, 5 and 1/16. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, what you should have, 5 and 1/16. However, we do need a label, and that should be centimeters squared. Okay, so we should have 5 and 16 centimeters squared. Ladies and gentlemen, use your calculator for these. We're practicing both of those things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have 2 to do on your own. Remember, our formula is area equals length times width. Go ahead and pause the video. You can go ahead and do these right now. Alright, and I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, you should be able to do this one real quick. Here we go. The first one, you should have put area equals length times width. Area equals 6 and 2/5 times 8. If you would have changed those to improper fractions, you would have gotten 32 over 5 times 8 over 1. Okay, and if you would do that, you're going to get a big old nasty number because nothing pre-simplifies, but you should get, in the end, you should get 51, and you should get 1/5. So 51 and 1/5, and it is yards squared. So that's the one you should get right now. I'm going to go ahead and erase that to make more room. 51 and 1/5. Alright, 51 and 1/5, just to let you know. It's going to be a reminder. Alright, 51 and 1/5 yards squared. That's your answer, and that is area equals. Alright, now, we're going to go ahead and do the next one. This one we have wonderful. It's a square, so we have area equals length times width. We have the same number for both, 6.8 times 6.8. Okay, and if you use your calculator for that one, you could have already checked it, make sure you got it 100% correct. There should be no reason why you miss it when you're using a calculator. Do not be calculator stupid. You should get 46 and 24 centimeters squared. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the area of that one. Alright, this video is almost done. You have the requirement of doing these two for your exit ticket right now. Okay, both of these you need to show on your graphic organizer. When you are done, I want you to check them in with Mr. Williams. Okay, come see him really quick. If he gives you the okay, you need to move on to your worksheet. Once again, do use your calculators. This is practice for both your I-step and with your calculator. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.